Good afternoon, everybody. How is my Witch of Blackbird Pond group doing today? Okay, we're going to look at chapter 1 in Witch of Blackbird Pond, where we are introduced to our main character. And who is that? Anybody tell me her name? Talk in your group while I get to the page. Kit. Kit Tyler. So Kit is on a ship and she's coming from Barbados. We learn that in the story. I want you in your group to discuss some of the things that you noticed about Kit. Maybe about her temper. Think about when she jumped over the side of the long boat. Remember, a long boat is just simply like a canoe that they would take and move from the ship to the actual shoreline. And she's on her way back with Goodwife Cruff and her family, and the little girl's doll has fallen in. Think about the talk and pause at any time in here. Talk about the characteristics you notice of the Goodwife Cruff compared to Nat's mother, Mrs. Eaton, when she disembarked the ship. Remember, Kit felt very, very comfortable with Mrs. Eaton. Felt like she was kind of a kindred spirit almost. She has lost her grandfather. She has lost her parents. She is now off to live with her aunt and her uncle in this new country. Think about and discuss in your group what she said when she first saw the American shoreline. She was extremely unimpressed. Extremely unimpressed. So what does that tell us about Kit and where she's come from? Jump ahead a little bit in chapter 1 now and talk about, sorry, I can hear the kids fighting and wrestling in the background. What happened when she jumped into the water? Remember, we just finished studying the Salem witch trials and the different quote-unquote tests they would have to see if they were witches. Well, one of those tests is to float. And so Goodwife Cruff is already accusing Kit of being a witch simply because she can float. That's an example of foreshadowing we're going to notice in the novel. And part of that is what they think Kit is, and part of that is how they're going to treat Kit as the novel unfolds, as it, comes more to life. So notice all of these things as we're unfolding in chapter 1. Chapter 1 is a very important novel, or part of the novel that's setting us up, and it's already giving us some elements of foreshadowing, some elements of characterization. We also meet the future pastor, or he's studying under the pastor, towards the end of chapter 1. And that is... I can't think of his name right now. Matthew Wood. Oh no, Matthew Wood's her uncle. So sorry about that. She meets John Holbrook, who's also bound for Wethersfield, and he's about to study under the pastor that's there. And when he finds out she's from Barbados, his first reaction is that, oh, she must be a heathen. And she gets very defensive of that. And look at what does that tell us about her characteristics, and what does that tell us about the characteristics of both John and maybe some of the people that she is going to come in contact with. John is definitely a Puritan. She is not. In fact, discuss among yourselves the names she called the Puritans and what she called them in regards to the King of England. She is not happy with this group of people, and this is where she is going to live. She is going to live in a very Puritanistic society. So talk in your group about all of that. Now remember, I do want notes as you talk about this. So you can set it up as a discussion in Schoology, and that may be the easiest. I'll have one there ready to go for you. You could also share it as a Google Doc. But I want to see the notes of your discussion each day, just to make sure you're on the same page. I will be walking around to answer questions. Don't forget to fill out your study guide in complete sentences, which means capital letter at the beginning, period at the end. So make sure that you have that all done as well. All right, that's all I have for you for our video for today, but I wanted to give you a good start on it. So good luck, and don't hesitate to contact me with questions you may have. And I apologize, this is the Sunday Mrs. Brown attire. Comfy. Very, very comfy. All right, we'll talk to you all later.